Material A costs $3 per kilogram and material B costs $5 per kilogram. If 10 kilograms of material K consists of X kilograms of material A and Y kilograms of material B, is X greater than Y? A lot of variables going on in the question. There's A, B, there's K, there's X, Y, right? But then A and X are linked. X is the weight of material A, Y is the weight of material B. So they're two materials and then their weights. What are we given? That the two materials, they're added up to form a 10 kilograms result, right? That's called K here, right? These two raw materials are added up to create a 10 kilograms mixture, let's just call it. The question is, in that 10 kilograms mixture, is the quantity, is the weight of material A more than the weight of material B? Is the weight more or not? That's the question. Do we need to calculate the exact weights? No. All we care about is the weight more? Is X greater than Y? Is the number of kilograms of material A more than the number of kilograms of material B? That's the question. All right. Right? It's a yes-no question. I don't care about the exact values of the weights. I care about, is the weight more or not? Okay. X and Y are the weights. Combined, they add up to 10 kilograms. So each one of them must be less than 10, less than equal to 10, right? I mean, assuming that it's possible that one of them is not even there. And both of them should be more than 0, greater than or equal to 0, right? They can't be negative. The weights can't be negative. These are all the constraints there are on X and Y, right? Neither of them can be more than 10 and neither of them can be less than 0. Okay, any other constraints on X and Y? No, that's it. Now, before I get into solving, before I get into evaluating the answer choices, one thing came to my mind and I'll share with you also. What I thought of was, what would happen if the two were mixed in an equal quantity? What would happen if in the 10 kg mixture, X and Y were equal? In other words, 5 kgs each. Then how much would the overall mixture cost? What do you think? If X and Y were equal, 10 kgs would cost how much? $40. Right. Right. 5 times 3 plus 5 times 4. That's one way to think about it. 5 times 5. So 15 plus 25, 40. Together, the mixture would cost $40 if they were in equal quantity each, equal weight. This is something that I thought about before heading into the statements. So I'm sharing with you also. All right. Now let's get into the statements. The first one is saying Y is greater than 4. What did we have to figure out? Is X greater than Y or not? So Y greater than 4? Anyway, Y and X have to be less than 10. So if Y is 6, for example, correspondingly, X would become 4. Is X greater than Y? No. In this case, X is not greater than Y. That's sorted. But is it a certainty that X will be less than Y only? Do X and Y have to be integers? There's nothing like that given in the question. There's nothing like that given, right? X and Y are weights, so they can't be negative, and they add up to 10 kg, so they can't be more than 10. But then why can't we have decimal weights? There's nothing like that mentioned here, right? So if Y were 4.5, let's say, which is more than 4, in that case, X would be 5.5. And here is X greater than Y? Yes. As far as the question is concerned, just by learning that Y is greater than 4, I don't get a fixed answer, right? The situation I'm in is, well, maybe yes, maybe no. Therefore, statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Now let's look at the second statement. The cost of the 10 kilograms of material K is less than 40. So 10 kilograms of K costs less than $40. And we had already discussed earlier that if X and Y were equal, if they were each 5 kgs each, the two materials, then the cost would be $40. Now, since the cost is actually lower, there'd be more of the cheaper material or the costlier material. What do you think? Had the two quantities been equal, then the cost would have been $40. Here, the cost is actually less than $40. So which material would be more, the cheaper one or the costlier one? The cheaper one, yeah. The cheaper one would be more. Which is the cheaper one? Material A. The corresponding weight is X. So this actually tells me that X is greater than Y. And therefore, the answer to this question is B, not C. C and B were tied to be the most common answers.